So we've been playing with the watchdog here for Crash. And what this does is it gives me a Bluetooth serial link between him and my PDA that I've built here. And this is, you've seen this in other posts, I'm sure, my little handheld computer thing that I built. And as you can see, when we log into it and connect to it, we get our options menu. And what this allows us to do is communicate with the robot remotely instead of having to have them plugged into the computer all the time. And we can send and receive various commands here. So, for example, when it comes to the serial ports, the ESP32 has 3 serial ports, and those can be multiplexed across the different ports of the chips on the robot. For those not familiar, Crash doesn't use a single PC. He uses a networked array of Arduino and ESP32s to accomplish all of his tasks, each doing independent functions, allowing true multitasking. This is but one of those chips. This is the watchdog. This goes on his backpack, and it monitors battery levels, and it handles shutdown and wake events and sleep functions and things like that. For example, when he plugs into his charging base, he can send this a command, and with that command is a timer. So he'll plug into the charger, and then he'll go to sleep, and when he goes to sleep, he pretty much shuts down all of his higher end functions. And then this watches the batteries to make sure they're charging, and then wakes him back up. This also takes triggers from the sound collectors. If there's a loud noise that exceeds the set threshold, it'll wake him up from a sleep. But most importantly, all the debugging data and console data will be routed through this, so that I can connect either with my laptop via Bluetooth or through my handheld via Bluetooth. And this is our screen here. So we've got some options, and the first option there you see is listening to a port. This project's kind of a mess right now, because I'm also using this code to develop a wireless dongle for debugging other devices, not just the robot. We like multi-purpose things around here. But for example, if we select L, we'll change the port number first. If we do that, we can cycle between ports 1, 2, and 3. And we'll go back to 1, because that's the only one connected to anything anymore. Or at the moment, I mean, not anymore. And if we hit L and hit return, then it'll listen to port 1, which is the default port, which is connected to the USB, but also comes out on these pins. And if we come over here to our serial monitor on the PC, and we do test world hello, when we send that, right, you can see that it showed up on the screen here. Now this will sample anything and everything on the port. I'm just going to tap some random stuff here to show that it's indeed still sending things. It will sample for a short minute. I think it comes out to like 30 seconds or something like that. It reads from the port, and it displays all that information on the screen. So anything that comes up across the serial port will get. And we can change between different serial ports. So that allows me to monitor the primary CPU, the sensor CPU, and then the camera for various data. Or I can even hot swap those connections to different nodes if I need to, and monitor those. The other things we can do is we can reset it with R. We can check status with C. We can put him to sleep if he's awake, and we can wake him up if he's asleep. And none of these really do anything at the moment because the chip isn't installed. But that's where we're at, and it's a pretty good proof of concept as far as making it work. I'm not sure what else to show. It's not a very heavy update. I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on most of this. Been crazy busy with work, but we are finding time here and there to do some developments. So